sir.
Picture.
Oh, God.
Mom. Here, smile.
Smile.
I haven't been living with my parents in over 10 years at this point.
Why can't you sleep? Maybe you should get off your phone.
It was a lot.
It's gonna happen one day when I'm just like cooking and they're like, you need to leave, like you need to get out of here.
You know, I want to be able to, grow up. I can't just live under my mother forever.
I'll call my friends on Zoom, but it's not the same.
We split up responsibilities and I definitely drink a lot.
A few months ago, life was pretty good. I was living with my best friends in New York City.
We had an incredible lead up to the world shutting down.
I would wake up, go to the gym, go to work, and then usually get dinner with a friend after and go out on the weekends.
I lived a very social life.
Concerts, go to tons of movies.
The freedom of adult life.
I was just really determined. I was just on this drive.
We just got to a point where we've been working a lot and saving up and we're both ready to move out.
And then the gym closed and restaurants closed and everything closed. And I was like, what is happening? This is awful.
And then the world shut down.
So we're going to put out an executive order today. New York State on pause.
100% of New York's non-essential workforce has to stay home.
I'm Stacy. I'm 25. And like a lot of my friends and peers, I moved back in with my parents during the pandemic.
What are you doing out there? I'm currently living at my parents' place in Windsor Terrace, Brooklyn.
I'm currently in Slidell, Louisiana with my mom.
I'm in Connecticut.
From the Bronx, New York.
In Weston, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Back home in Texas for close to 3 months.
So I'm here with my mom and her dog and a lot of people from the North Country.
So yeah, I left Manhattan in March and I've been living with my parents in Atlanta ever since. And while none of our parents really forced us to come home, let's just say they weren't exactly shy about the way they felt.
My mom was constantly texting me, constantly calling me, all hours of the day. She was just like, New York is gonna be shut down, you're gonna be trapped in this city, and you're gonna run out of money or something, you need to stock up. I really think you should come home immediately.
Are you working from home yet? Is your company gonna be implementing that? If not, please talk to your bosses and see if you can work from home.
We just decided that being in Texas with more space, where I can rely on my mom or myself to drive and not have to take public transportation just seemed like the smarter option.
It felt a little bit like the end of Titanic. My mom and I decided, hey, let's both stay on the raft.
But let's not forget, we've all been living on our own, so there's definitely been a bit of friction.
So my mom and I have figured out how to coexist with each other.
So I think I was mute the first day, just thinking to myself, I kind of I want to go. I want to go back. This is too much for me.
Everybody's around and it's definitely a lot of mixed emotions and kind of butting heads going on.
I kind of reverted from a 25-year-old to how I was when I was 15.
Rules and walking my dog and doing all of these things on top of my actual work responsibilities.
Everyone's generally asleep by 8:30, and I'm young. I'm used to staying up till 11 at 12 o'clock at night, and I've actually had to learn to turn the TV, put subtitles on because they'll fall asleep on the couch.
Don't like evening TV, and she definitely struggles every night when she asks me, what do you want to watch? And I say nothing and revert to Twitter.
I stay out of the kitchen to get me a chat fight.
Yeah.
I like snacks. I like a lot of junk food. So if I leave it out, I'm I can go out and I'm okay, I can't wait till I get home to eat on the snack, whatever. And when I get here, it's gone.
A month ago, I was on a big smoothie kick and I would just start making smoothies really early in the morning. And they would be so annoyed to be woken up by the noise. And I would make smoothies for them too, but they were it's so loud.
Even when I would make a snack, she would be overseeing the situation as if I'm committing a crime. She would be no, this is there, that's over there, that's over there. I'm okay, you have got to stop.
At the same time, it was probably a pet peeve of my mom that, okay, I'm living in her house, I'm eating her food, I'm using her city, but I'm contributing to the chores or the house upkeep at all.
And then there's having to put our dating lives on hold. That has been less than ideal.
I've been against virtual dating.
If anything, the most that we can do is video chat.
It's kind of like, well, what's the point? You really can't physically go see someone.
And I also, staying at my mom's house, can't really do anything about my relationship with myself, if you catch my drift. So that is an area of my life that I'm just not even paying attention to right now. I'm completely resigned to the fact that I will probably be alone until I'm 30, which is in 1,053 days, I think it is.
All joking aside though, I think we all realize how lucky we are that our parents wanted us to come home during this time.
If I was here and I lost my job, my mom would be able to support me throughout this. I know a lot of people don't have that luxury, so I'm really, really thankful that my mom is my rock in this situation.
The option to be able to come upstate out of New York City was not something that I took really lightly.
It kind of was the break that I needed to at least feel safe.
This is I guess, a one-time chance you can actually be with your whole family again.
It's a lot harder to be in quarantine and in my tiny New York City apartment. So I feel so happy that I did come home and that my parents were on board with whatever I chose.
I'm so happy that they offered for me to come back, because I know some people don't have that similar situation and also sometimes don't have the best relationship with their parents. I thank them every day for that opportunity still.
And without question, this is a moment in time that we'll always remember.
I mean, look, when Cardi B said coronavirus, I definitely think that is a defining moment in pop culture.
This is going to be in all the history books. There's so much constantly happening this year alone.
And not just even the coronavirus aspect of it. There have been many positive things that have come out of this, such as the environment. We're seeing that the environment is healing in some ways, and that the Black Lives Matter movement is now getting the attention that is long overdue.
I think we're still all hoping that it won't be like the thing that completely changes like our lives like in a negative way.
Resilience is what will define our generation. So the ways that we can be out of the box and be more creative and overcome, this kind of situation in the future is what my generation will be defined by. And also probably spiked seltzer.
And you better bet we will never forget moving home again.